Okay, in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can earn some extra interest on your Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency holdings. So this is for if you just want to kind of hold some Bitcoin for the long term, you don't want to trade it actively, but you're willing to hold it on an exchange, because this involves holding it on an exchange. Which I don't recommend you do everything, because there's the risk of the exchange being hacked or the exchange, going bankrupt or something like that. So definitely diversify. So this I wouldn't recommend doing this for all your holdings, but if you want to try to earn some interest on some of your holdings, then this is the way to do it. This is through a website called Bitfinex, which is a cryptocurrency exchange. Usually this is where you would be buying and selling different cryptocurrencies, but if you just want to hold it, you can take advantage of their funding program. So there's this thing called margin trading, where traders can borrow funds to leverage their positions to earn, even more money on the trades they make. But if the trade goes bad, that means they could lose the money they borrowed. So it's pretty risky for the trader. But we're going to take the opposite position of that, and we're just going to be the ones lending money. So it's a little more conservative, at least within the website itself. It's basically guaranteed. But like I said, there's the external risk of the site going bankrupt or getting your account hacked or something like that. But within the actual system itself, you're guaranteed a certain rate, and you'll earn a small amount over time on what you lend out. So let me show you how to get started. First, you'd want to create an account on Bitfinex and then log in. And then at the top, you go to the middle tab, Funding. And you might have these little windows open up. I close them all for simplicity. At the bottom, we'll go to the order book. Actually, let's change to Bitcoin. So this is USD first. So let's click on the tickers, and we'll click on Bitcoin at the top. So now we have the Bitcoin funding market pulled up. And at the bottom, we have what's called the funding book, or in other words, that's the same as the order book. I have another video on what order books are. If you want to learn a little more about that, I'll have a link in the description. For this video, we're just looking at the left side, which is people that are lending money. And the top is basically the best rate you can get at the moment. So if I click on that, that'll auto-populate this form on the left side called the funding form. And this is the rate we could lend at right now. This is the rate per day. We just need to choose the amount we want to lend out. So in our case, we're just going to say 1. I actually currently don't have any available to lend out because it's already being lent. So I won't be able to place a live trade here, but I'll show you how to do it. So you choose the amount, and then you choose the days, anywhere between 2 and 30 days. I like to choose longer days because I don't want to constantly be checking back to the website to see if I need, my loans have been expired. I just want to do, once one's offered, I don't want to worry about it. So I do the longer period, which is 30 days. And then there's a few more buttons here if you want to read about that. That's a little more complicated. But I will explain a little bit about that a little later. But I'm just doing the basic, how you would do a basic loan right here. So that's basically it. You would get that's how you get the best rate at the moment. And then you just click BTC offer. I'm going to get an error. Yeah, right here. Not enough BTC in my balance. That's because I don't have it available. But if I did have it available, it would lend it out basically immediately. For a moment, it might go on this little tab here, the bids and offers. But if you're just clicking on whatever's on the top, that's the best offer now, so it's going to be matched to that. Now you can also choose basically any rate you want. So let's say 0.06, you want to wait till it goes up. But the trade-off with that is your loan won't be issued right away. You'll basically just be added to the order book for other people to take up later on, if they want to match your offer. So, and there's no guarantee it's going to be matched. If it's not already listed here, there's no guarantee that your offer is going to be matched. So you take that risk if you want to try to get a better rate. So anyways, I actually don't use this form as often because I do something else. As I said, I like to have it more as like a passive investment that I just kind of set it and it just keeps lending out. They have a feature on the right here called auto renew. So if I click on that tab, see, I have it currently active, so I'm going to deactivate it just so I can show you how it works. So basically, it's almost the same. You have the amount you want to lend out, the period, and then the rate. The difference is it's going to auto renew. Anytime you have new funds available, whatever you enter here is going to create whatever type of order you can create over here, but it's going to do it automatically. It's just going to basically what the name says, auto renew, right? But there's a few extra features that I'd like to take advantage of as well. One is, if you read here, it says 0 for no max. So basically, if you just read that, leave that to 0, it's just going to lend out everything. Whatever you have available, it's going to, everything you have available in your account will be offered to be lent out. And then the period, I usually, like I said, do the longer period, so I don't have to wait. I don't have to be constantly waiting for new loans to be issued. It's just once one's issued, it could be a whole 30 days, and it's just going to be always earning interest for those whole 30 days. And then the last little feature I take advantage of is called the flash return rate. It's this little checkbox here, FRR, and basically what that is, instead of picking a specific rate, it's going to give you a variable rate, which is like an average of what the rate has been recently. So yeah, I usually do that just to kind of average out my returns over time. And also I take advantage of this auto renew so that I basically never have to log into a site. So if I click activate, now it's activating. It's going to offer, anytime I have enough Bitcoin available to be offered, it will be added to this screen here, bids and offers. And because I usually just do the FRR, almost always it will be taken up pretty quickly. So as you can see, this is what is currently offered. It's waiting for other people to take those offers. But if I click on the tab just above it, provided, this is what's actually being lent out right now and what I'm actively earning interest on. So I'm earning interest on some Bitcoin here, some Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero. Yeah, see here I have two for Bitcoin. That means I think that's most of my Bitcoin. That's why I didn't have enough available to offer again for a live demonstration. But that's basically how you do it. One other thing I'll show you is the reports. If you click on this left button, Manage Account, Reports, Summary of Volume and Fees, you can get a little report here of how much you've earned, in the past 30 days. Sometimes it's not very much. Sometimes it's a lot. It usually depends on the market. If the market's pretty quiet, then the funding is actually pretty low as well. The interest rate you'll get is pretty low. But once the market becomes more active, especially going in an uptrend, you'll get a lot of interest, and a lot of people want to borrow money, and they'll bid up the interest rates to be pretty high. I've seen on an annualized return, I've seen as high as like 60% annualized, or sometimes even more, at least in short period of times. That doesn't usually last very long. A lot of times you're only getting like 1 or 2% annualized, but that's still better than nothing. If you're just going to be holding on to some Bitcoin and you're willing to take a small risk of leaving it on an exchange like Bitfinex, then yeah, this is just a way that you can easily, passively earn some interest on that, and it just slowly accumulates over time. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to leave some comments or questions down below in the comment section. And thanks for watching.